class, today we are going to be talking about mean, median, mode, and range.
Ooh, I know what mean is.
That is awesome. I'm going to pass out your packets for today. And I want you to write down your ideas about mean, median, mode, and range in the boxes on your worksheets. Okay, so who has ideas about what the mean is? Sarah, what are your ideas about what mean is?
My idea is like if you have two strings, you have a short string and a long string, the mean is like in between the two strings. Like if you had a medium length string is the mean.
Okay, so it would, okay. Who has other ideas about that? Maddie?
I think it's the average, because that's what I learned in 4th grade.
Okay, that's a very good observation. Michael, what's your idea about mean?
I agree with Maddie. I think the mean is the average
Okay.
of your data.
Good job. And now, Michael, what did you say at the end there? You said it's the average of what?
Your data.
And so in this case, what would our data be?
A group of numbers.
A group of numbers. Thank you. What about median? Let's think about median now. Who has ideas about what median is?
I think the median is the number that is in the middle when you put the numbers in order from smallest to biggest.
So it's the middle number.
Yeah, the one in the very middle.
It's like on a number line. Like if you had 0 or 1 to 10, the middle would be like 5.
And what about range? What do we think range is?
Biggest to smallest.
Okay, what do we do with biggest to smallest? Michael, what do you think?
I think the range is when you have the highest number and you minus the lowest number, and that's the range.
So could we say that as the biggest minus?
No, I don't want to.
Okay, so you want to say biggest to smallest.
But that's how you do figure out biggest minus smallest.
And so, Michael, what did you say now?
The biggest number minus the smallest number.
So you and Maddie agree that it's the biggest minus the smallest.
Yeah.
So let's flip our page over and look at our problem. Would someone like to read the problem for us? For me. Michael, would you like to read it from your packet?
Each year, many species of birds migrate south for the winter. Chico has five species of birds that migrate: ducks, geese, sparrows, bluebirds, and finches. Each species of birds flies to different regions. Today, we are going to compare the distances traveled by the birds in their migrations to each by finding the mean, median, mode, and range of their travels.
Okay, so on your worksheet, you have each group. You have the ducks, the geese, the sparrows, the bluebirds, and the finches.
That's a lot of birds.
There are a lot of birds, you're right, Sarah. So let's start by finding the mean, median, mode, and range of each species of birds, okay? And if you have any questions about them, you can refer to the ideas that you created on your charts on the first page of your packet. Yes, Michael?
What do you want us to do if there is no mode?
You can just say that there's no mode. I will turn this back around so you can see all the class ideas as well. And feel free to use the manipulatives, either our base 10 blocks or our Unifix cubes, if that will help you in doing your math. So Maddie, can you show me how you found the mean distance traveled by the sparrows?
Yeah. I took the 3 numbers on the other page, and I added them up, and I got 1,136. And then I took 1,136 and divided them by 3.
I got a different answer.
Maddie, why don't we try using the base 10 blocks to help us with our regrouping here?
Oh, okay.
Sarah, how did you find the range of the distance of the birds?
So I took the littlest to the biggest, and then I found how many numbers there was in between, which was 330.
Very good.
I got that too.
Good, I'm glad to hear that, Maddie. Good job with your math. And Michael, did you find the mode of all the numbers of the distances traveled by the birds?
I got 379 miles.
And how did you find that?
Because I looked at all the miles in each group, and none of them repeated except for 379.
Okay. Okay, does someone want to come up and show how they found the mean distance traveled by the sparrows on the board?
No.
Michael, would you like to?
Okay, so the first thing I did was added. And I got 1,206.
Okay, good job. And good job with your carrying of your numbers and your regrouping.
And then I divided 1,206 by 3
Why did you divide it by 3, Michael?
because there are 3 groups of birds. This is group 1, this is group 2, and that's group 3.
Okay.
And then I got 402 miles, because if you don't write miles, you get in trouble.
Very good, Michael.
I got that too.
So does anyone agree with this?
Yeah.
I do.
Did anyone solve the problem a different way?
No.
Can someone come up and show me how they found the range of the distances traveled by the birds? Maddie, would you like to come up and show us?
Yeah. 547. That was the biggest number. And then I found the smallest number was 217.
Mm-hmm.
And then I subtracted them.
Okay.
And I got 330 miles.
Good job. Good job with your math. Does anyone agree with this answer?
Yeah.
Did anybody find it in a different way?
No.
Sarah, did you find it in a different way?
No.
Maddie, what are you adding there?
Oh, a diagram.
And can you show us what that diagram means?
Well, actually, I don't want that there.
Okay.
Yes, this is a pretend number line with dots. I guess it should not be dots. I don't know. This is a number line. And there's 547 and 217. So I'm showing that the distance between those two is 300. Which is also what that was.
So that's just a different way of showing it.
Yes.
Thank you, Maddie.
You're welcome.
Would anyone like to come up and show us the median distance traveled by the finches, bluebirds, and sparrows? Sarah, come on up and show us on the board, please.
Okay, so what I did is I wrote down all the distances in order from littlest to biggest.
Okay.
So I wrote them all, littlest to biggest, and then I want to find the middle one, so I went like this, and I crossed the littlest, then I crossed the biggest, and then I just kept doing that until I got to the middle. So then I found that 459 miles was the middle distance.
Okay, very good. Did anyone else get this answer?
Me too.
Did anyone else find it a different way? Michael, you found it a different way?
Mhm.
Can you show me how you found the median distance traveled by the birds?
I looked on the finches groups, and the first group went 482 miles, and the second group went 516, and the third group went 547. So if you put those in those numbers in order, 516 is in the middle, so I circled it
Okay.
and used that as the median for finches. And then with bluebirds and sparrows, I did the same thing. I looked at them and picked the biggest one and the smallest one, and I crossed them out. And that left only the middle numbers, and the middle numbers are the medians.
So last but not least, we are going to revisit our ideas about what mean, median, mode, and range are. So from doing our problems, do we still agree that the mean, if you had a long string and a short string, it would be the middle or the medium string if we had one?
Yeah.
Or it would be the average of your group of numbers?
Yes.
So did we find out or did we decide one way that we all thought was a good way to find the mean of a group of numbers or the average?
We added them up and we divided by the numbers. Number of numbers.
What about median? Yes, Michael.
I still think it's, the middle number
Mm-hmm.
but you have to line them up from smallest to biggest.
Okay, so we do think that it has to be the middle number, like on a number line.
Yeah,
Okay, so we can leave this, you think?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
What about mode? What do we think? Do we still think that mode is the most common number?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can leave that one. And what about range? So what do we think about this, biggest to smallest? Michael, you disagree? What do you think?
I think it still should be biggest minus smallest.
Why can't it be
'Cause we-
both?
I think
Because
both
we
work.
do subtraction when we find it.
You could
Yeah,
count
but
up.
that's what it means.
But most people do subtraction.
But some people might count up. You don't want to discount them.
Okay. So why don't we say that you can use subtraction to find the range? Or you can count up as another way of finding the range. Is that something we can all agree on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, class, you did a great job today on working with mean, median, mode, and range. Tomorrow, we'll talk about how we can use these numbers to tell us things about what we're talking about. So like today, we would find out what they mean about the different migrations of the birds.